Hey there, cellos. This is a practice spot video for Serenade for strings. So I'll be taking a few chunks out of your piece and taking through them step by step, slowly, and then working up to tempo so we can master some of these more difficult sections of your music. Alright, so the first spot is after measure 21. We did this in class already, but here it is just a little bit more slowly. So this is 4 after 21, starting on beat 2. Stand. Okay. All right, so I'll give you beat 1. We're going to go kind of slow. Remember, this the second measure is your sneezing rhythm. It's the 1, a 2, a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1, a 2. So you want to wait for that 16th note, kind of almost to the bitter end before you play it, right before the next beat. Okay, so here we go on beat 2 and 1. Okay, so not too bad. Let's try to go a little faster. 1, a 2, a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. All right, so here's the last time at pretty close to concert tempo. 1, a 2, a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. Okay, so you can go back as many times as you need to until you can get it up to that speed. All right, and the next part we're going to look at is the higher shifting in your main melody at 53. So let's take this kind of slow, note by note, no slurs for right now as we're figuring out the positions. All right, so let's just take it note by note. Here we go. Starting at 53, here's your G, C natural. All right, so now we're shifting all the way up to 4th position to a 2. All right, so find that note with me. Here's your F natural and a 2. Now step shifting back, we're going to cross over to the A string. 4th finger, 1. Now you're going to shift down to open A. Easy. Same thing again. Now shift to a 3rd position. 4. Third position. Okay, so that makes sense. So we're going to 4th position the first time because we're crossing over since we have to get back to that C. And then the second time through that melody, we're just going to 3rd position on a 4 for F natural, shifting it first, then one more time up again. Hang on. Yes, okay, just double checking myself for a minute. All right, so now let's try it again with no slurs. We're still going kind of under tempo, but keeping it in time, not stopping for any of the shifts. All right, so here's 53, still no slurs. Shift, crossover, shift down. Third position, 4, shift down. Third position. Okay, so that should be getting a little bit easier. Now let's do it at tempo with the right slurs. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep going. Oop, keep going, and then I messed it all up. Sorry. Let's take it at after 65. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measures after 65. It's a dotted chord note E. And yep, that's right. Regular E. Okay, so so watch how he's alternating E flat, low 1, back extension with a regular E. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next tricky section, which you have with the violas. This is at 77. Let's take all the slurs out of this again, and we're just going to talk through this note by note because there's a lot of accidentals. You have F sharp, F natural, G sharp, some B flats in there as well. So here's 77, just note by note, no slurs. I'm starting this in half position, so I'm not going 1, 1, 1, back and forth. Starting on a 2, so you put your 2 on your 1 tape, then back to a low 1, and then 2 again. All right, so here's 77 note by note. Now move up to your normal F natural. Now we're going to shift up. Instead of an extended 4, I'm going to put my 3 there instead. So 4th finger extension, put your 3 there instead. That's your G sharp. 4, 3. That should be a 4. I miswrote that in your music. Back to normal first position. Extended 4, 3. Now move back to an F sharp, normal 3. Low 1. Regular 1. And now they do pretty much the same thing all over again. Extended 4. G sharp. You can do this with 3, then a 4, open. 3, 2, 3. Okay, so it's kind of noodly, so take your time with it. Make sure you're playing the right pitches, whether it's sharp or natural. If you have a preference with extended 4s versus 3s or shifting up higher, go ahead and do that. Just try to make it convenient. So you're not always stretching, you're not always going to an open A. All right, so let's go back to 77. Still no slurs, but just a little bit quicker. So no slurs, but a little faster. Let's go about 1 and 2 and. So hopefully that's getting a little easier. Here we go now the last time, faster yet, with slurs. 1 and 2 and. It's tricky. It's tricky. I almost lost it there. But keep working at it. You'll get it. Even if it takes, breaking it down to 1 measure at a time. Slow that measure down, then gradually speed it up. All right. So now 109, luckily, is the same thing as 77. So you don't have to redo that part. Once you learn it at 77, you've got it. And next, let's go over to 153. Pretty easy, just a C scale, but let's do it a couple times to make sure it's in your fingers. So here's slowly through 153, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Nice. All right, so now a little faster. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Sorry about that. All right, last time at tempo. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. All right, so that's that section. And I think that's about it. Be careful after 177, there's some more accidentals. You have a low 1, D sharp, 2, You can do that in half position too. Don't go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, back and forth. And then I think you guys were getting those accidentals after 189 just fine. Okay, so now I think you're about ready. Go over to the other video and do a run through straight through at tempo. But if anything's tripping up, come back here and practice those spots a few more times.